Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Santa Banks, and I am doing a review for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, but I don't think that I have on the proper outfit to be doing this review, and I feel like I shouldn't be doing this review by myself, so hold on real quick. Here we go. Let me snap the fingers. Hey, that's better. And look, I have other JoJo cosplayers with me. How's everybody doing today?
We good.
Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, that is awesome. I mean, it is a bizarre adventure, and we are about to review the final part to Stone Ocean, which just recently came out. And I'm about to do a roll call here because I have some amazing JoJo cosplayers with me. Starting off first with Delklin Nero. Delklin, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys? I'm really excited to go through this gut-wrenching adventure with all of you guys.
Awesome. And then next up is Ahappymetalhead. Metalhead, how are you doing today?
I am doing fabulous. I'm happy to be here as Lisa once again. And I am hoping that I don't cry about this Stone Ocean review. It's very emotional.
And next up is Bethy. B, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Happy to be here as the JoJo that started it all. And I just want to say you guys are all disappointments to me.
What?
I knew that already.
Damn.
Oh man, that kind of
Kidding. I love you.
Okay,
I
wasn't born into this, you know.
Hey, I was about to send Star Platinum over there to knock that tea out of your hand, but I'm not going to do that now.
Oh, goodness. Respect your
elders. Respect your elders.
I'm violent.
All right, and next up is Starrdustss. Starrdustss, how are you doing today?
I am so good. I'm so excited to be a part of this and have family group therapy.
That is true. Oh my God, this is like a big therapy session right now.
The only family reunion we'll ever have.
Eyes of heaven.
Hey, I mentioned before we started recording this thing too. And next up is myself, which I'm going to point at right now. Chucky Homicide, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good today. It's really been a very big roller coaster yesterday, and I'm glad to have, be back in my original self along with my counterpart.
And Dio.
Oh yeah, Dio's here, but we're not worried about Dio.
Yeah, we're not worried about Dio. But joining us as well is Bestdemiguise.
Hi. Super happy to be here once again. And I mean, I don't know what we're sad. I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're here to celebrate me, right? That's why we're all here today. I'm so glad everybody made the time.
All right, go Waddle.
I know. I mean, it's just like Dio's always trying to make it about themselves, man. And
it's always Dio, right?
Hey, Dio, have you seen Danny?
Yeah. He's very cozy and toasty. Yeah, he's doing great. Yeah, he's staying warm.
But Grandpa, who's Danny, Grandpa? I don't know who that is.
Everything's fine.
We don't talk about Danny.
We don't talk about Danny.
I thought we didn't talk about Bruno.
Please, no, not that again.
No, please. Not singing. I saw that one. We're not.
I'm begging.
Oh my God. And last but not least is my daughter, Jolene Cujo, Marmardoescosplay.
Our daughter.
I'm sorry, our daughter.
Hi. As you can see, I'm sporting the Irene outfit. I hope you all cry.
I
didn't.
It's all right. Before we get into this, so when Mara said that they were going to cosplay as Irene, because I haven't read I read Stone Ocean, but I never got like to the end. So when you were like, I'm going to be Irene, I was just like, well, who's Irene? And then I got to the end, and I was just like, Irene.
Yeah.
Oh man, but yeah, thank you everybody for joining us, and we're about to get into this review. So everybody that's watching, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And as D always says, podcast link down below in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. So let's go ahead and get into this review. And I also want to say we are all sitting on the screen right now like the Brady Bunch, so that's really cool. And we're going to call ourselves the Bizarre Bunch because we are all bizarre people. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. The first thing I wanted to say is the first batch of this came out December 1st last year, and it's really cool that they released the final batch on December 1st this year. So I thought that was really awesome. But you know, usually we do these things like starting with you know, the beginning, but I kind of want to go to the end. I want to hear everybody's opinions on like how it ended. So I'm gonna start with Starrdustss first because I saw that video that you posted on TikTok and you were really sad. So we'll start with you first. Go ahead.
So I read the Starrdustss manga, and I read it quite a bit ago because I started watching JoJo this time last year, and I like flew through it and read everything as I could, and I was distraught when I read it, and I knew it was coming, and I still like. I mean, I don't even know how to begin to describe it. Like, I watched it on Thursday. It's now Sunday, and I still feel like somebody like kicked a dog in front of me. Like, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, sorry, Jonathan.
I mean, Dio was the one kicking dogs like recently.
With the tongue.
I think Dio did a little bit more than kick a dog, but
It's okay
for me.
We're not bitter.
No.
We're a little bitter.
No, I did post a video of me on TikTok before I started the series, not the series, the batch, and I was like, you know, happy and excited, and I then finished it, and it was me like in tears. That's not even anywhere close to how I actually felt. I was like very unwell. Like I live with my parents, and my mom came downstairs and she was like, "Are you okay? What happened? Is everything good?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." Like, I don't know, it's just sad. I feel really sad still. My headband's falling off. Caesar's falling off.
Oh, jeez.
Caesar. Well, I'd rather the headband fall off than have a piece of stone fall on top of you right now.
It's a really sensitive topic, Jojo. Don't mention it.
I'm sorry, Grandpa. I'm sorry.
You're grounded. I can ground you all I want.
Was that good for him or me too?
Hey, don't make me get your mom on you, all right?
I'm not scared of my mom.
Yeah, but
You
I thought it was
should be.
weird. Yeah, you should be. I mean, you literally was looking at your mom through a peephole. Like, how do you feel about that?
No further comment at this time. In front of my son?
Dad, what am I hearing about all this? What have you been up to while you were away? Like, is this what an absent father does? Like, damn.
I don't know, ask Jotaro.
Whoa,
that's me.
Like, we're supposed to be doing a review here. This is really like, and Dio's just sitting there laughing.
Suddenly, I'm the bad guy. I don't know. This doesn't check out what I'm hearing.
Well, I'll go to my daughter next. Marmar, like, what were your thoughts on the ending of the series?
It was sad, obviously, but it's almost like I almost felt like very fulfilled because, like, we came full circle, kind of. Also, like, Phantom Blood aired on December 1st, and then, you know, Stone Ocean finished on December 1st, so, like, that was, like...
Perfect.
Yeah, my bestie actually, like, pointed out to me the other night. I'm like, wow. I teared up a little when they were playing Distant Dreamer at the end, when Emporio is, like, seeing everybody come together again, and it's, like... I had read something where it's like, oh, Jolene became Irene. She broke the cycle. She's no longer bearing the burden of this curse and whatnot. Which, like, yes, it's sad that everybody got rebooted, kind of in a way, but, like, you know, there's a world that, you know, she's not bound to this fate, and, like, it's just really interesting. I know people give Jolene tons of shit for being like, oh, she didn't beat her own villain or something like a kid did, but. Like, it's what she symbolizes. And I think she shares a lot of traits with Jonathan as well. And she just has such a willpower. And she was never, like, nothing broke her. It was insane. So I just felt very fulfilled by the ending, honestly.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of what you said, I mean, Josuke didn't defeat his villain either. I mean, I defeated it. Me and Jotaro, we defeated the villain. We sent them flying, and then and our adopted son.
An ambulance defeated. It was that EMS driver.
Hey, some people say that Speedwagon was driving that ambulance, and like that's what I'm gonna go with. So, all right, next up, Delklin, like, what were your thoughts on the final episode?
You know, it was beautiful. Like, to see everything that we've witnessed so far to kind of come to this point of where everyone is kind of where they need to be, you know? Like, I got to see one of my favorite parts animated, which I was talking about earlier, but kind of Jolene, like, saying to Emporio, like, our hope lies with you. Like, you carry on our dreams and everything. And it's just kind of beautiful to see, you know, it got carried through, and now they're where they are, and they're just happy. You know, like, they don't have to worry about stand users. They don't need to fight anymore. They can just live a normal life, which is kind of what they deserve in the end, right? Mm-hmm. So, yes, I cried a lot, but also I'm very, very happy with how it ended.
Nice.
It was good.
Nice. Ayate?
Oh my god, where do I even start? Man, from seeing Emporio like grow from where he started to where he is when he started fighting Poochie, it's just like I connected with Emporio a lot. I connected with Jolene as well, as her being like, you know, being strong and getting into the fight and everything and doing everything she needed to do to actually finish Father Poochie off. But she, of course, you know, towards the end, it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. But I was definitely excited and happy about the conclusion of them coming together. Seeing Emporio freaking outsmart Father Poochie, had me in the chair like, yes, go! Had the disc in his head using weather forecast. I was like, bruh, thank you. And I almost cried when I seen him pull up to that bus stop. When everybody showed up, I was like, oh my goodness. This is like, it was icing on the cake. 10 out of 10. It was icing on the cake. It was great. Wonderful.
Nice. Metalhead?
Okay, so I didn't get into JoJo's until sometime this year. It was about maybe June or July, and when I got to Stone Ocean, this was before the second batch of episodes was dropped, and I was just like, I can't wait, I need to read the manga. And when I was reading the manga, I did get very emotional, but seeing that get animated and actually see the still pictures on the page come to life, I was able to process, you know, what was actually happening a lot more, and it felt even more emotional. And I think what not only got me was the ending, but like I said before, the ending credits, when they were going through, starting off with Jonathan, and then Joseph and Jotaro, and seeing everybody all together, like, that was when I just lost it, and I just started sobbing.
So,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. I was just saying, yeah, you know, like, that's just my thought.
All right, and next up we got B.
Yeah, just like what Ahappymetalhead just said, it was really, really sad, but like once I saw Jonathan and Danny in the credits, I lost it. I was done. It was sad up until that point, but like it was also kind of hopeful, and then I saw that and I was just like, oh, it's really done. That's a wrap. Like,
that's it.
That's it. You know, like I got into JoJo's like during the pandemic, and it kind of helped me get through all of that. So to see it come to an end like that, it just, I don't know, it was really special. Also, anyone who says they don't like Emporio is just wrong. I don't make the rules. Yeah. I don't make the rules.
There are people
that say that. Are there people that don't like Emporio?
No, there are plenty of people who do not like Emporio.
Emporio is
correct, factually. It's just actually incorrect.
They can all catch the order if they want to run with Emporio.
I like Emporio.
No, I think he was fantastic.
What?
I mean, like, people were, kind of like, Jolene didn't, but Emporio did, but she gave him the tools to do that.
She did. She did.
You know?
She did.
So people should be nice to Jolene, too.
Yeah,
Because she's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
She did. She did.
Because I just found that out recently too.
They did it together. They did it together.
Yeah.
It's team effort.
Like she did whatever she could to protect Emporio, and that was like fucking phenomenal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was a very Jonathan move. So well done.
Exactly.
Well done, Jolene.
Yeah, and I mean, the only reason why they were even able to do this is because I sent the dolphin to help them before I died. That's the only reason why.
Yeah.
You know, I saw the dolphin.
You did.
Oh my
But yeah,
god.
no. Anyone who says they don't like Emporio or Jolene can physically fight me. Yep.
All right. And Nails.
Politely.
Yeah, for me, part 6 has always been very special because it was the only part I read first before watching. So I got into JoJo just watching the parts 1 through 5, and I loved 5 so much that I was like, I need to, like, I can't wait. I need to, like, really read it. And I think reading JoJo versus watching JoJo is a super different experience. Whereas, kind of like what Metalhead was saying, like, when I read the ending, it was sad, but I felt that it was like, it happened so quickly that I wasn't really processing what I was reading. Mm-hmm. You know, you kind of like, I'm going back into the pages being like, wait, is that it? Like, what happened? Like, did I really understand what happened? And to see it,
like you gotta go back.
Yeah. And to see it animated, it almost was like my body was actually processing what was going on, which made it like much more beautiful, but at the same time, it hurt a lot more because you're seeing it play out exactly.
Yeah.
And I know that there's all this controversy about like whether the batches kill the hype or help the hype, but I did really feel that like in the final batch, like you could tell that the animators, this was like a love letter to JoJo.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. So to me, like being able to see like the care that they put into it, you know, with the selection of the ending credits, with like how everything played out, the like additional lines, because at the beginning I couldn't quite remember if in the manga they picked up weather or not, and like it seems like that wasn't in the manga. Like it wasn't like they wouldn't pick him up. So the fact that he is added with Fu is also, they also add Fu to the final like shot.
Yep.
So you know that it's like this was not just like, okay, let's adapt this part. This was like thoughtful. There was love in it, and so yeah, I'm still thinking about it. Like I kid you not, like I'll be going about my day and suddenly like I'll open up like YouTube and like
try to
look up the credits and watch it again.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. It's like, excuse me, I was at the gym earlier, and it's just like I just keep on thinking about like the ending, and for me, like I was really sad because I was just like, man, like it's finally over. And when I was at work and they started playing Roundabout, and I was just like, yo, like this is really it. Like I called my co-host Rebellious D, and I was just like, bro, I said the world has been reset. I said there's no more Benjamin Banks, there's no more Rebellious D. Like we're all gone, man. It's a new world.
Thanos snapped.
Yeah, the Thanos snap. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. And
pretty much.
I also thought it was funny seeing Great Value, Jotaro, and Jolene.
Yeah, that was like
it was horrifying.
I was like, man, they really gonna do that chin like that?
Ow, jump scare.
I also thought it was funny when Jotaro was just like, hey, let's get up out of here. I was just like, man, this is just so funny. I don't know, but to the sad stuff, like just seeing all of them meet at that gas station, and then they all hop in the car together, and you see that Jolene and Anasui, they're together now.
Yeah, right.
And they're gonna get married. I just thought that it ended on a positive note.
Agreed. Definitely agreed.
It ended on a
I like to think, yeah.
Go ahead.
I like to think that that's the timeline where everyone got to be happy.
Yeah.
Absolutely everyone across everywhere.
It also shows you it's just like they're fated to like be together. Like, it's like very comforting to know that like all the characters that we've seen throughout JoJo, like they were all like fated to be together, to be a group, to be happy, but just shit got in the way.
Yeah, it goes beyond too, I feel like, because, like, throughout the series, like, well, starting part 3, we get, like, the typical, well, stand users attract each other. But, like, here with, like, the universe reset, it's, like, confirmed that it's, like, at a soul level, they attract each other. Like, they're meant to find each other. And that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so, I mean, now something that, because I know that, everybody here, some people have read the other parts and some people haven't. And I know that, certain characters are reincarnated and whatnot. And one thing that I like to think is that, if we saw the characters from part 6 reincarnated in this new world, they're the same people, but they have different names now. It's like, I would love to think that people who died in the original universe that haven't been reincarnated yet, that they lived good lives too. Like, who knows? I mean, like, Joseph and Caesar, they could have ended up getting married. And,
Shut up right now.
Listen, I just know that Bruno is happy being a fisherman somewhere, just like the body, just living like a peaceful life. That's what I know.
Honestly, I just hope my boy Polnareff gets his legs back.
Yeah!
Live a happy life.
I want Narancha to go get his pizza. He deserves his pizza.
Yeah.
I want Kakyoin to go. I don't care what Kakyoin does. I just want Kakyoin to be alive.
I need back to as well.
Ah, man. It's like, this is sad. Now I'm just thinking about like all this stuff that we'll never know the answer.
Hold on, we can't forget my boy Iggy and Af, though. We need them back too.
Oh, yeah. So look, right. I like headcanon. I like to think that Avdol is still alive because it's like we know that when Vanilla Ice uses stand Cream, they go to another dimension. So I just like to think that Avdol is still alive. He just doesn't have any hands.
I can't say anything because that would be a Steel Ball Run spoiler. But I was about to say something, but I'm like, I'm gonna just keep.
He's in the void. He's just in the void.
That'd be in the void.
Do you think Bruno could open a zipper void and accidentally come across him though?
Oh my god!
I never thought of
the same void.
How could that be?
Ah, man. I never thought about that, man. So
Rocky, we don't need sleep. We need answers.
Right?
Writers, fanfiction writers, listen to me right now.
Okay, so we talked about the sadness and whatnot. Now, I'll start this one off, but the question that I want to ask everybody now is, what was your favorite part of the final batch? And for me, it was seeing the fight between Weather Report and Poochie. Like, I thought that Weather Report was going to win, but I mean, we all know that, when they show backstories in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, that the character's going to die. And like, to see Weather Report's backstory and then the narrator just narrating everything, like, I knew that, what was going to happen. I knew that they were going to hang him in the tree and whatnot, but I did not know that he was dating his own sister. I didn't know that. And I was like, oh, wow.
Weather's backstory had me in a chokehold.
I was I like how the narrator was like, well, who was at fault here? Who was the person that
we already know.
We know that answer. So for me, like, that was one of my favorite parts. Seeing the fight, seeing that he almost beat Poochie. I was happy that he got his memory back. At first, I thought he was going to be like some crazy maniac because
I thought he was going to snap.
I thought he was going to snap, but to see that he got his memory back, and then the whole thing with him and Jolene after he had already died, and then his stand being the thing that ended up defeating Poochie. It's like, even though he was dead, he still defeated it. And like, I don't know, it kind of seemed like a JoJo reference in a way, because I mean, I know in part 1, I think Jonathan tells Dio that it's just like, my ghost will come back, and then you have the people that think that Star Platinum is Jonathan's spirit, and it's like, even though Weather Report was dead, his stand was able to defeat Poochie, so he still got that W in the end. So for me, that's my favorite part. I'll go to you next, Hayate. What was your favorite part?
Oh man, I could probably say my favorite part is when Jotaro showed up Space Station. That was my part right there. As soon as I thought they Poochie was ready to finish Jolene, and all you heard was that boom, just come on back. I was like, "Yep, that's the boy." And then not to mention that Ernest too. Ernest backed him up with that little with her smack. That was great. That was a great whole scene right there. You know, them cornering Poochie. Poochie like, oh shit, I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do now at this point. I do wish that, you know, that JoJo had a bit more, you know, action going on, but I see where they were going with it though. So that whole fight scene was fun right there.
Bro, they had to save the action for when Anasui was confessing his love to him.
Right. Exactly. Yo, that was funny. That was funny, bro. JoJo was like, what the fuck is you talking about? This is not the time.
This is not the time.
So listen, you can also argue it is the best time. The world is
right.
You don't know if you're gonna live or die.
Exactly. Like he shot his shot.
He did. He did. Like,
that's true.
It either like had him like, okay, do I say yes or do I not?
I mean, he did what every JoJo before him could not do, which was say something to the person you love before they die.
I ain't gonna lie.
There you go. True.
Yeah.
From experience. He went for it. And didn't even only met him that once. He was just like, yo. So I want to marry your daughter, and I know we're about to probably die. We will die, but just in case, I need your permission. Okay, the fact that he had that ring and she just chucked that out of the window.
She chucked it out the window.
Hilarious, yo.
Oh my god! Everything on this.
There has to be a universe somewhere where like Anasui's legally married to an alligator, but
it's Florida. Who knows?
It's Florida.
It's as long as Diavolo dies, it's canon. Okay.
Okay, exactly.
That's right. It's canon as long as he dies.
All right, Nails. How about you? What was your favorite part from?
Oh my gosh, you guys! If any of you have me like on TikTok or like or Instagram or anything, like which I a lot of you do, like you know that I was looking forward to one specific scene that already was up in the air as to whether it was going to be animated properly or not. And it was like, where can I say the F word? Can I use my one F word?
Yeah, yeah. Everybody gets one. Go ahead.
So like, where the fuck is Mickey? Where is he? So I was listen, I knew that it might not happen, but I was like, okay, they're gonna like incorporate another character, another iconic character. They're gonna say Jimmy Mouse. I don't know. Something's gonna happen. But then for it not to happen at all,
yeah,
you should have seen me. It was the beginning. I had to pause and I had to stand up and just like walk away. I was like, no. I'm like, why am I doing this to myself? Why am I watching this right now?
I was so confused about that copyright because, like, they mentioned Chewbacca, and Chewbacca was owned by Disney, so where was
They had Aladdin, which a friend actually pointed out that it was actually interesting that, like, so Ongolo was supposed to be reading Peter Pan, but it got switched out for Aladdin instead. So interesting, like what they choose, like what can like go on and what cannot. But yeah, but all things considered, Bohemian Rhapsody, like I thought it was like I really enjoyed that battle, so I still enjoyed it. You know, Mickey or no Mickey, like I still enjoyed it. And then like you, Benjamin, like I like really liked the heavy weather arc. I was so looking forward to that battle, and I think they did it justice like so well. And to me, it's also like the beginning of the end. Like to me, like Weather died. It's like okay, real. It's about to happen. Like there's no turning back. It's like let's go. It's suffering from here on.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, like I was thinking about Foo Fighters. Like I was just like, dang, we didn't already lost Foo, and then now we lost Weather Report. I'm just like, well, who else we about to lose, man? And then we lost everybody. So. So down Metalhead, what about you? What was your favorite part?
I'm gonna kind of piggyback off of what Hayate said, and I think one of my favorite parts was when you heard the sound of JoJo's Star Platinum coming in, and then he comes in and like saves Jolene from Poochie. And I think one part that really got me kind of choked up was when he turned to Jolene and was just like, you've grown so strong, and he was like praising her, and just having that like father-daughter moment just made me so happy. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
They're bonding.
Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that, and I do like that because they mention it throughout the entire batch that Jolene has gotten stronger from where she started at compared to where she's at now, especially after she saw the memories and saw why Jotaro did what he did. So I agree with you on that. And now I want to go to Stardust.
Me? Yay! It's me. Oh god, I liked the Bohemian Rhapsody arc because that was my favorite when I read it. Just because I am a Wolf Sui enjoyer, and he looked, boy did he look scrumptious. Maybe Productions put their whole budget into Anasui's waist for that. I'll say that and that only. That was really fun. I'm a big Rikio fan. I love him. I think he's like really cool. So that was fun. God, I don't know. There was so many parts I liked. The one time that I did laugh really hard was when Poochie meets Dio for the first time and his goofy little elf shoes are under the and it makes like a very Looney Tune sound and it's like it was so like
that was amazing.
I don't know what was going on, but that was really funny. And as somebody who used to live in Florida, used to live in Orlando, I lost my mind when they were like, "Oh yeah, Orlando's a 10-hour drive from wherever the other place." And I was like, "It is not. It's a 50-minute drive from Florida to Cape Canaveral. That's not right." I don't know what Iraqi was going on. Like that's not correct. He said, "I'm making the new map of Florida. Deal with it. You'll be fine."
All
It
right,
was so delightful.
B.
Okay, so I think my favorite part, it's one that I was waiting for. It's the ring out the window. I was waiting for it. Yeah. I'm like, with bated breath, I'm like, all right, let's see this shit go down in real time.
Oh, go ahead.
It was really good. But also, I mean, honestly, anything with Emporio, because I love that boy so much. He's perfect. The very, very ending with him when you kind of see him like come into himself and he like stands up for himself a little bit more, and I'm like, oh, you precious baby.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that Poochie killed his mom. Did they say that in the other batches? I probably just forgot.
I don't think they said that in the other batches.
I don't think I even heard it.
No.
Okay. All right.
It was just kind of dropped and like.
I want to know why. I want to know why he killed her.
Yeah, like why did he kill her? And it was like he knew about Emporio the entire time. So
he probably skipped Sunday Mass.
Damn. This is what you get for not going to worship the Lord.
Exactly.
Have you heard the good news?
All right. Next up is Delclin.
Oh, okay, we're going in. My favorite scene is actually it's a sad one because I was reading Stone Ocean during a bad part of my life during the pandemic, and I really connected to the piece where she kind of like whips around and like squares up with Poochie while sending off Emporio. And just to see that so beautifully animated, it broke me as a human being. Like I was just like that's when I broke and I just started crying. I'm like, this is it. Like this is happening. Like it was just I don't know. I really attached to it, and just to see it actually like animated so well, just it meant a lot, and it was good. Yeah.
And final up is my daughter, Marma.
It's so hard because I genuinely just love the whole batch of episodes. I kind of like, this is it. This is like the pinnacle of JoJo's, these batches of episodes. I thought it was a perfect part, to be honest. like so many of you guys, I also just love the part where Jotaro and Hermes come back to like swoop in and save Jolene from getting shot and all of that. Brilliant scene. I like seeing how Anasui has progressed in his feelings for Jolene. Isn't just this infatuation anymore. It's like she has such determination. It's inspiring, and just everything he says about her, it's just like, man, why can't I get a man like that? A man that's as loyal as Anasui, honestly.
I wouldn't want one like that.
What
He's a
That's-
simp.
I'm good.
I don't think
I'm good.
But
I'm right there with you.
I like to know that he owned up that he was. I like that he owned up as like a murderer and stuff, and just like I don't know, like you just got to see like more of this other side of the character. I just
Mar, are you okay?
no, but like
you just owned up to being a murderer.
blink twice if you need help.
Confess yourself to me, you know.
I don't know if Mara is being Jolene in character or if this is real right now.
No, I respect it. I hear everything you're saying, and I
He admits that he makes
No, I'm not
We
gonna ask.
did.
do that.
I'm not gonna ask.
Look
I have to say though,
at the
like,
dad's face at that too.
yeah, piggybacking up like quickly, not to make this an Anasui like conversation, even though I would love to do a whole show just on this man.
We get it.
I did appreciate like how they adapted the scene where she does say like, okay, then ask me, because like I know that in the manga it's like, okay, if we make it through this, then ask me again, right, to marry you. And then the way that it happens in the anime, and I might not remember the manga correctly, but when she does it, and like to see like his little face of like, oh, this is real, like suddenly this is real. It was, I thought it was really cute. Like it was very like heartwarming because the entire time he's talking to Emporio, he's not even addressing Jolene.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna ask her very, like, like I know that I suck, I know that I've killed a couple people, whatever. But it's
Whatever.
But
but he admits that like Jolene made him a better person.
Yeah.
I think so, but I mean, he says that with Weather's death, right? He's like, he admits it. He's like, the people that have brought me back to life are the people I will give my life for, and that's Weather, that's Jolene, that's like definitely who, to a certain degree, like I do feel that he left that prison like a better person, like because it does imply that he had just accepted his fate as like a murderer. Right. In the prison, and he thought that was it. That's all he had to offer to this world, right? So yeah, I think it's justice for Anasui.
All right, so
I'm keeping my mouth shut.
Now I want to talk about like the final thing with JoJo, and that is the references, because this bat was filled with so many references. Like, I mean, like from seeing cameos from Astro Boy, Gigantor, and Mazinger Z, and in one of the episodes, and then of course in the intro, like especially like the final, because you never skip the intros. Did y'all skip any of the intros for?
I did not.
Okay, y'all watched it all. Yeah, same.
Yup.
And I love seeing the references in the intro, but one of my favorite references was when the world was speeding up, and then the manga artist was just like, "What? One manga artist got their stuff, and who is it?" And when I was like, I was weak.
I was very happy about that, and it was actually confirmed that when the world was being sped up, Rohan literally just went outside and was just watching the world go by, and then when everything went back to normal, he just went back and wrote more manga.
He said, "I have good material. It's good material to put to his book."
It is. But yeah, that was one of my favorite references. So I'll start with you, Nels. What was one of your favorite references that you liked about the final bet?
No, it is Rohan. Like it is.
It's Rohan for you too. Okay.
It's like this funny thing for me, because I know that we had spoken, like a couple of us had spoken about like the possibility of like maybe they'll introduce Giorno. Like maybe we'll see a glimpse of Giorno. And the fact that like there's no Giorno, but like Rohan Rohan gets mentioned, I thought that was amazing. I was like,
Of course, Rohan got mentioned.
Of course,
Exactly.
it's a Rocky's favorite.
Exactly.
So
This
he has to
reminded
be
me-
mentioned.
No
So-
matter what happens to the universe, Rohan continues to be Araki's favorite, and that's
Exactly.
not gonna change.
Yo,
Now, did that part happen in the manga?
I think it did.
Yeah.
I
feel
think
like
it's
it
definitely
did.
mentioned or hinted at. I don't know if he's mentioned by name, but it's like implied that there's like someone still keeping up.
Yeah.
mhm.
Even though the world is speeding up. Okay, all right. Metalhead, what about you?
Oh gosh, yeah, I think it definitely has to be little subtle. I like the subtlety of like referencing other characters, and I am also a little disappointed that they didn't reference Giorno. I feel like if Giorno was involved in this situation, he definitely would have handed Poochie's butt to him on a silver
Yeah.
platter.
Yeah.
Or in his case, a golden
We all
platter
know
with his
it.
golden experience.
Where's my son? I'm so disappointed.
I think it would have been
GDR
interesting to
would
see
have
that.
just like canceled everything out.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
for real. But yeah, like I don't know, just overall JoJo, like I really appreciate like the musical references, especially anything in like the metal or the rock field, you know, like because my name and all that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right. Delkin, what about you?
Okay, so for me, in the final intro, when it's flipping through all the manga panels, just like it was in the very first intro for Phantom Blood, and it like ends on the Jolene panel and like breaks through, that made it for me. I was like, because I love Phantom Blood so much. That's the one I go and rewatch because I'm like, you know what, little comfort one, you know? But like it's just so well executed and like showed that tie, that link between Jonathan and Jolene because they are one and the same to me, and they always kind of were, and that's one of the reasons I liked the anime colors. That's not the anime, the manga colors for Jolene, because both her and Jonathan had blue hair, and they started and kind of ended the circle, which I always kind of liked. So it's just that kind of made it for me.
All right, Mara, what about you?
Honestly, same as what Declan said. Same reasons, honestly. Phantom Blood was my favorite part. I think Stone Ocean kind of like jumped ahead a bit, but as a Phantom Blood lover, it was like fantastic seeing all the little references, especially in the intro and stuff. And also, if you notice, like they also reference like Bloody Stream. They reference the 2 openings from Stardust Crusaders, and it all just connected, and you can just see how it just all is just connected to each other.
Yeah. All right. Hayate?
I gotta say, seeing the part with Astro Boy and them flying across the screen, that had me like, yo, really? Like, that was dope. I was just sitting there like, they got the budget for that? They can do that?
Well, if it's the same company, if it's the same distribution.
That was sweet. Like, that was a wonderful. That was a wonderful reference. The ending, of course, was a great reference. Seeing everybody, seeing it go back to from the start to like everybody full circle roundabout playing. Like that was my jam. I literally had that on like Guitar Hero on my computer to play it. So that's like my jam. Seeing that go full circle again, like those 2 are my greatest reference in that.
Yeah.
D?
Yeah, no, my favorite reference would have to be the very end roundabout. I like audibly gasped. I was like, like it was very emotional. It was a very emotional moment. Like, I mean, like I said earlier, it was like, this is the end. This is it. There is no more to wait for after this.
Okay.
I mean, unless the animation gods are really, really good to us and we get Steel Ball Run. But fingers crossed.
Hey,
Knock on wood.
keep those fingers crossed,
Fingers
pinkies
crossed.
up. Fingers crossed, pinkies up. That's what I tell them.
Yep. But I mean, if not, that's it. And it felt very final, but like positive also.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful way to end it. There was no other way to end it.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's like I had said earlier. Like it was positive. It felt like a good way to end the series, and everybody went home happy. Like to be honest with you, if they would have showed that in the movie theater, if they were just like, we're gonna put on the final 3 episodes and make it like a full movie. I would go to the movie theater and watch it because
I would too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would go and
Yeah.
cosplay.
I would have needed about 30 minutes
absolutely.
in there just to compress everything.
yeah. Hey, well, you know what? I don't know if it might be possible, but you can rent out a movie theater, so I might do that.
Oh man.
Because I want to do a JoJo meetup here in Virginia, so I
Ooh.
might do something like
Yo, that would be
Not
Let me know.
amazing.
Let
Oh,
me
my
know.
way.
I'll definitely do
Visit
that.
Virginia then.
I'll definitely be down for that.
Virginia. Hey, I'll contact the Speedwagon Foundation. They'll come and scoop
Okay.
y'all all over.
Hey.
Great.
All right, so
I'll hook
Stardust.
up the carriage.
Come on, people.
All right, so Stardust. What about you? What was one of your favorite references in the final battle?
There was so many that I loved. I loved Roundabout. That made me like ugly cry. If you would have told me that I would cry to that song like a year ago, I would laugh at you in your face because that's like the meme song. That's the JoJo
Yes.
song.
Mhm.
But that was really, really good. All the references in like the opening to, like Phantom Blood and, Battle Tendency and Stardust Crusaders, like in the parallels between Jotaro and Jolene made me weak in the knees. Hearing Jotaro's theme play for the last time made me lose it. And like I don't know if this is like meant to be a reference, but when Ungalo is shot at by the police, it's very reminiscent to how Dio is shot at in Sonochi no Sadame. So I was like,
Oh,
that's kind of
right.
cool. I like that.
Dang.
I was like,
Think about that.
that's
Yeah, I didn't
interesting.
catch that.
I did not miss that.
Like father, like son.
Exactly.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I mean, like I said, and I'm pretty sure that there's even more references that we probably didn't even catch, like what you just said, Miles. But yeah, we're here at the end of the review. Thank y'all for joining me up here. This is the final one until the next one, and I feel like that the world is about to be reset up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks, and we're coming to the end of the year too. So yeah, it's been a really good year. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you everybody for watching this
Thank
review.
you.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad we
us.
come out here and nerd out and talk about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And if Trav and D were here right now, they would probably just be like, nobody cares about JoJo. And we could, and look, and it would I would actually have people here and we can all use our stands. Well, I mean, some of us that have stands, but then the Hamon users could use Hamon and then we would just beat them up. So with that being said, I'm going to go down the line. Delclin, tell everybody where they can find you at in social media land.
Oh my. Okay. So all of my handles are Feral_man. So that's TikTok and Instagram. My Twitter died, so you won't find it there anymore. So
Metalhead?
Same for me. All of my handles are Ahappymetalhead on Instagram, TikTok, and I also have a YouTube channel.
B?
Okay, so you can follow my Instagram at b.bethy. You can also follow some of my podcasts. I have Deep Lore. Is this a JoJo reference? Or is this podcast a JoJo reference? Yes, it is. And No Time to Binge, which is my favorite right now. And that's it.
Stardust?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Starrdustss with 2 R's and 2 S's. On Instagram, there's going to be an underscore after it because somebody took my username.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I know, I just gotta...
Oh
my God.
Buy some up.
Hayate?
You can find me on Instagram at Chucky Homicide. That's all together. And you can find me at TikTok at Googly Eyes. That is G00L3Y_EYES.
Nice. Nails?
You can find me as Bestdemiguise on both Instagram and TikTok.
And Mar?
You can find me at Marmardoescosplay on both Instagram and TikTok. Marmardoescosplay on Twitter whenever I post, and I'm also Marmardoescosplay on that new Hive app thing everyone's been trying as well.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yo, real talk. I mean, the Hive app is fun, but it crashes on me all the time. So
Right? Right?
So
I don't
bad.
even have that.
Problem.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool, but it just keeps crashing. And I'm just like,
It needs some work.
It
yeah,
does.
but it'll get there.
I'm too old to keep up with another social media platform. Like, when Twitter goes down, I go down.
Hey, and y'all know where y'all can find me, your hero Benjamin Banks at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you all for watching this review. Make sure that y'all follow all of them. Thank y'all for joining me again up here. This was really fun. And I hope that everybody has a good holiday. The Great Gingerbread Wars coming up. Keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace.
Yeah.